Taking a cruise feels like stepping into another world, endless ocean views, sunsets that stretch forever, and that comforting idea that everything is already paid for. You just get to enjoy it. But here's the part no one brags about, the hidden extras. Little charges that look harmless at first, until you add them up and realise you've spent hundreds, maybe even thousands more than you planned. This is where an unlikely secret comes in, something called Kakeibo. It's a Japanese money management method that's been around for more than a century, and believe it or not, it can help you keep control of your cruise spending without cutting back on the fun. Yes, really. A system originally designed to manage everyday household budgets in Japan can be the perfect tool to keep your wallet safe at sea. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how it works, why it's different from the usual budgeting advice, and, most importantly, how you can actually use it on your cruise to spend less and enjoy more. Because the trick isn't about saying no to great experiences, it's about choosing the ones that make your trip truly unforgettable. So settle in. What you're about to learn could change the way you look at every cruise from now on. To really understand this rule, we need to step back in time and halfway across the world. Picture Japan in the early 1900s. In 1904, a journalist named Hani Motoko came up with a simple but brilliant idea to help families manage their money. She called it Kakeibo, which literally means household account book. The concept was straightforward. Before you spent a single coin, you had to stop and think. Kakeibo encouraged people to run every purchase through a mental checkpoint, asking questions like, do I actually need this? Will it bring me lasting happiness, or is it just a passing whim? Can I afford it without sacrificing something more important? It wasn't about strict rules or complicated math. It was about being mindful, making sure your money was going toward what truly mattered. It might sound obvious, but in a world full of noise, ads, and endless temptations, this method became a lifeline for countless Japanese families. And here's the key. Kakeibo was never about saying no or living a life of restrictions. It wasn't about guilt or punishment. The goal was simple: spend with intention, so every yen used created more joy and fewer regrets. Now, you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with a cruise? The answer is crystal clear. On board, you're surrounded by luxury restaurants, duty-free shops, photographers waiting at every corner, spas that promise instant relaxation, and excursions that look too good to resist. In that environment, applying this Japanese approach can mean the difference between coming home with unforgettable memories or coming home with a credit card that's crying for mercy. So, let's dive in and see how this century-old method can actually become your best travel companion at sea. Cruises are often sold with a very tempting promise, all-inclusive. But let's be honest, what does all-inclusive really mean? For many passengers, the surprise comes once they're already on board. Your ticket usually covers your cabin, meals in the main dining rooms, access to the ship, and most activities. Sounds great, right? But beyond that, the list of extras opens up quickly, and it's a long one. Let's start with one of the biggest add-ons, drink packages. On paper, drink packages sound like a smart deal. Pay a flat fee and sip as much as you want. The catch? You need to down several drinks every single day just to break even. If you don't, you're basically paying extra for nothing. Then come the shore excursions. Cruise lines love to sell them as stress-free, organised and perfectly planned. And sure, they are, but the price tag can be shocking. In many cases, you'll pay 3 or 4 times more than what the same tour would cost with a trusted local operator. Another sneaky expense? The official photos. There's always a photographer around, at dinner, at the sail-away party, when you step off the ship in port. The shots look great, but each one can run you £20 to £30. And if you want the full package, get ready to open your wallet wide. And let's not forget specialty dining. Yes, you already have unlimited meals at the buffet and main dining room, but then comes the sushi bar, the steakhouse, or the fancy Italian restaurant, offering tempting dishes at prices you'd expect on land, not on a ship where you thought food was included. And then we get to the spa and those premium wellness areas. Relaxing massages, thermal pools, hydrotherapy circuits. It all sounds incredible until you see the price tag, often double or even triple what you'd normally pay back home. And here's one that really shocks first-time cruisers: the internet. Connections are slow, expensive, and yet almost impossible to avoid if you want to stay in touch with family or check in at work. Put it all together, drink packages, excursions, photos, specialty dining, spa treatments, and Wi-Fi, and you're looking at an extra £500 to £1,000 per person on a one-week cruise. So here's the big question: do we really need all of that to enjoy ourselves? This is exactly where Kakeibo steps in. It's a method that helps us separate what truly matters from what's just noise, making sure we come home with memories, not debt. By now, you know where this Japanese technique comes from, and you've also seen the main hidden costs that can sneak up on you at sea. Now comes the most important part: how to actually use this rule on board, step by step. Kakeibo encourages us to ask 3 simple questions before spending. Let's adapt them to life at sea. Question 1. Do I really need this? Take the classic example of a drink package. The cruise line insists it's the best way to save, but do you honestly need it? If you're only having a glass of wine with dinner and maybe a soda at lunch, probably not. In that case, you'll spend far less just paying as you go. This is where that first question saves you from dropping money on something that sounds good but doesn't actually fit your habits. Question 2. Will this bring me more joy than what's already included? Remember, a cruise already gives you a ton of entertainment at no extra cost: live shows, endless buffets, pool parties, deck celebrations, and daily activities. So before booking that specialty restaurant, ask yourself, will this meal truly give me more than everything I already have included? If the answer is no, save that money for something that will create a lasting memory instead. Question 3. Is there a free alternative on board? This is where the real magic happens. Instead of buying the official photos, grab your own phone or camera and capture the moment yourself. Instead of splurging on the spa, take advantage of the pool, hot tub, or even the sauna that many ships include at no cost. And when it comes to excursions, skip the pricey organised tours and either book with local operators or simply explore the city on your own. These 3 questions might look simple, but they can save you hundreds of pounds on a single trip. The best part: it's not about denying yourself. It's about choosing wisely, spending only on what truly makes your experience special, and letting go of the extras that add cost without real value. And to make this crystal clear, let's walk through a real example. Picture 2 couples on the same cruise. The first couple signs up for the full package: unlimited drinks, excursions in every port, professional photos, 3 specialty restaurants, and even a little splurge at the spa. By the end of the week, their extras add up to nearly £1,000. The second couple takes a different approach. They use the Japanese rule. They only drink what they actually want, book their own excursion in a couple of ports, take their own photos, and stick to the included dining and entertainment. Their total, around £300 in extras. And here's the surprising part: their enjoyment level was almost identical. That's the power of Kakeibo on a cruise, turning impulsive spending into intentional choices. And when you finally head home, instead of dreading your credit card bill, you're left smiling at the memories you made. So far, we've seen how to apply Kakeibo's 3 questions to cut back on cruise expenses without cutting back on the fun. But if we really want to take inspiration from Japan, there are a few more principles we can bring on board to make the cruise experience even better. The first is minimalism. In Japan, there's a strong cultural value around keeping only what's truly necessary. On a cruise, that starts with your suitcase. Travelling light doesn't just save you from paying extra baggage fees, it also frees you from the stress of hauling things you'll never use. The less you carry, the easier it is to move around, relax, and focus on what really matters. The second is ikigai. Ikigai means reason for being, and you can treat it like a compass for how you spend your money on board. Ask yourself, does this experience add real value to my trip? Does it connect me to what I genuinely enjoy? If the answer is yes, go for it. If it's no, save that money for something that truly fits your purpose. The third is discipline. Consistency is part of Japanese culture, and it's just as powerful at sea. Before you even set sail, set a daily budget for extras, say no more than £60 per day. With a clear limit in mind, you avoid impulse buys and enjoy yourself more, knowing you're staying within your plan. These 3 principles, minimalism, ikigai, and discipline, fit perfectly with the Japanese rule of Kakeibo. Together, they create a travel philosophy that's more mindful, more balanced, and yes, much easier on your wallet. Because at the end of the day, a cruise isn't about how much you spend, it's about how much you value each moment. We've reached the end of this journey, and I hope you're now seeing cruises from a new perspective. Sure, the ships are full of temptations and hidden costs, but they're also the perfect setting to practice the art of spending with intention. Kakeibo isn't a magic trick or a quick fix. It's a mindset, a gentle reminder to pause before opening your wallet and ask yourself, do I really need this? Will it bring me more than what's already included? Is there a free or simpler alternative? Using these questions won't just save you hundreds of pounds. It will make you appreciate every choice, every memory, even more. Because when it's all said and done, it won't be the unlimited drinks or the official photos that stay with you. It'll be the sunset on deck, the unexpected conversations, and the thrill of stepping into a new port for the first time. So, next time you set sail, take this small but powerful lesson from Japan with you. Spend on what truly makes you happy, skip the unnecessary, and turn your cruise into a richer experience, not a more expensive one. And if you want more tips and secrets to travel smarter, save money, and enjoy every cruise to the fullest, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, because today's lesson is just the beginning. See you on the next cruise.